This is crazy, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another segment of Real Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, not Real Talk. Oh my goodness. Ladies and
This
gentlemen,
is the
this is the
buzz.
buzz. This is the
Well,
buzz.
as long as it's between relaxed, that's fine. I mean, you got the
Yeah.
chat before, the buzz from 12 to 3, and then from 3 to 6, we got real talk.
Yes,
Um,
but ladies and gentlemen, this is the buzz, not Real Talk. Sorry, I think I'm in two different worlds at the moment, but this is the buzz, ladies and gentlemen. Here we talk about everything technology,
we're talking about two
finance.
different worlds coming together actually now on this conversation.
Yes.
We got Facebook and Ray-Ban that are, doing a collaboration on probably a $299. I don't know. This is innovating, rethinking,
Yeah.
you know, re-innovating the whole concept of wearable tech.
Yeah.
Um, you got DJ Kings and I basically, talking to you. We're going to be breaking down the Facebook smart glasses, and I mean, in my opinion, right? This is a whole collaboration. This is a whole. If I say if it's an integration to compete
Yeah.
with GoPro,
Yeah.
with Snapchat, and to compete with TikTok as well, right? I mean, when we talk about Facebook for the whole conversation here, I'm going to mean, Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. So, we're competing with probably Apple as well,
Yeah.
because, when it comes to, shooting, we've been talking about this, right? We've been talking about how, the Apple, company has gotten a ton of creator market just because of the fact that they sync better with the apps.
Yeah.
But imagine if the app creator or the app developer alone creates a camera. That's we're talking,
It's
Instagram making a camera. We're talking about Facebook making a camera, right?
yeah, literally, yeah.
So I mean, it's going to be two 5 megapixel cameras on the frame here,
Yeah.
and there's going to be so many features. So when I talk about features, I'm talking
Mm.
about, you have about 20 minutes video time. You can take up to around 300 pictures in a go.
Yeah.
You have speakers on it, so you can
Yeah.
use it like headphones as well.
Yeah. I know I seen some information about that and I kind of found it kind of wild. How are you gonna be how? Where would they put the speakers in for you to be able to listen to music and stuff?
Okay, so me personally, I've used these headphones that you basically connect to the head. I mean, to
Mm.
to like here, right?
Yeah.
And it just goes around, the back of your head, and it comes around here.
Okay.
There's nothing touching your ears, right? If at all, it's
Mm.
just resting. The frame is just resting
Yeah.
to,
Just
but it's, yeah. So something like yeah, but
yeah.
the where the sound comes out is from like this point. It's not touching your ear at all, but it emits a sound in a way where you can actually hear the music. It's crazy.
That's
So
insane.
I mean, there is tech like that, but to
Yeah.
talk about Facebook coming up with all these in one, and it's combined with a pair of shades. Like
Yeah.
what, man? Like
I don't. It's. Do you know what? It just makes you think we are really, really hitting a very new technological era, and I say this week in week out. We are coming into a new technological era, and things like this is the reason why. Huge strides in so many different ideas. It's crazy to think that a lot of these things were all just an idea that was on paper, and now we're seeing a lot of these things come to life. We would see things like glasses taking pictures of things or recording video only in films, and now we've got it in real life. So with what Facebook have done in terms of pairing up with Ray-Ban has done themselves a very huge favor, because not only will Ray-Ban also increase in terms of sales, but Facebook will also increase on the market. Their stocks will increase,
oh
and
yeah, for
people want to
sure.
take more time. Yeah, exactly. And people would want to take more time into investing into Facebook, because as we can clearly see, they have taken a very great stride in terms of meeting a business requirement. They had an
Yeah.
idea, they mapped it out, and they said this is what we are trying to achieve. And well, look, they've achieved it. We've only just seen a few reviews, and just a few things that people have said about it. So this right now, these Ray-Ban glasses, absolutely insane. This is
So,
innovation right here. This
so
is
if you want to
literally
talk
innovation.
about stock value, right?
Yeah,
They Facebook, or okay, to look at over the last month, they've been averaging, I'd say, somewhere around $180, right?
yeah,
But in the last week, they were at $217. They went down to $150,
yeah.
but now they've come up to $378.
There
That's
we go.
that's a jump, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy. And
yeah,
within the day, right? Within the day, if you're talking about, I'd say just because of this announcement,
yeah.
I'd say that they went up from 376
Mm,
to now. I mean, man, this is yeah. So, I mean, I'm talking about how Facebook, they've been averaging big numbers
yeah.
this year. With the purchase of with the competition that they've been given Instagram and all that. So, to come out from 170 odd average to almost double that, it's
Yeah,
it's quite a bit, right? This is
yeah,
yeah, man, the stats are gonna. And also, if you have the chance in, I think it's best to invest in Apple now as well. This is because
mm,
their keynote speech is soon as well.
yeah.
um
Literally, yeah.
Expecting a lot coming from them, yeah. So yeah, it's best to see where these numbers are going to go, what these companies are going to do, things like that as well. So yeah.
It's insane because it's just we. I don't know. Maybe I usually ask myself. I always think back to the pandemic. When it first started and the whole lockdown for the whole of 2020, how it really affected a lot of people's lives, how it affected a lot of people's businesses and stuff like that. Looking into it now, I feel as though it is definitely a double-edged sword. And I feel as though with the pandemic, with the whole lockdown and everything, it affected those who had restaurants on the outside. But then for
Yeah,
those that owned businesses that were all online, it didn't really hurt them that much. If anything, it probably helped them. And, as we can see of today, we're seeing so many innovative ideas that could have been produced last year, but sadly they didn't have the means to, due
yeah,
to COVID being a very major factor in preventing progression. But now this year, with all of the money that they've managed to hold on to, all of the money that they've even managed to accumulate, and all the money that they've managed to even invest, we're starting to see so many ideas come forward. We've seen the evolution of AR and VR. We are now seeing a pair of glasses that can take pictures and videos. Not to mention, you can talk to them and use them for phone calls and listen to
exactly.
music. Like,
Yeah. So
does any of this
they're
not sound
talking about
crazy to you?
how, yeah, they're talking about how their goal is for people to not use their phone. I mean, they want to basically completely wipe out that experience. And
Yeah,
if when it, just like people, when it came to mobile phones, initially it was
yeah,
just a phone. If at all you had a calculator and that snake game, right? But now
yeah,
it's a music player, it's a video player, it's a camera. What is it not, right? So
yeah.
you have everything in your phone. So I think what they're trying to do now is revolutionize that and bring it
Mm,
into your sunglasses or your shades. So
mm.
yeah, it's just a matter of time till they start out with a wristwatch or something where you can virtually just scroll through feeds and things like that.
Yeah, literally. And I mean, we've already got the wristwatch. As you said, we've already got the wristwatch, as in the Apple Watch, which surprisingly, I didn't even know that you could use it to use them to do Apple Pay until I had seen it happen in front of me. I think I remember seeing the customer, he had the watch on, and he just goes, "Oh yeah," and I heard the little contactless, and I was thinking, "Whoa, that's insane." So there's
Yeah,
that. Like, I know a lot of people that have the Apple Watch, and I asked them, "Can you make phone calls through it? Can you do this? Can you do that?" And they say, yeah, you can make phone calls, you can type on it, but it's not really ethical because you have to draw in order to be able to get your
yeah,
words.
yeah,
But people have told me that they were like, yeah, I'll just be there in a sec. Yeah, yeah, sure, just meet me around the corner. And I just think, do you know how crazy that is? This isn't normal. Like, things like this they're not normal. And
yeah.
it's happening right in front of our eyes. So, you know, it's everything that we had dreamed about, everything that we had thought the future would hold, like let's say 10, 15 odd years ago, we're starting to see a lot of it happen in the
So
present
I
day.
mean, when we talk about what how companies are changing, if you're looking at also even the marketing aspect of it, right now,
Yeah.
you're definitely going to see the next big thing. I mean, series of big things that you're going to see is how people like the guy from Unbox Theory or MKPHD, these guys are going to start, putting out videos on reviews of it. And chances are they've already had it for about a week or so. It's just that they might not have published anything around it. This is how these companies are marketing as well. So they know who has the most creative source, or when I say the most creative, I mean, the most interactive audiences and
Yeah.
methods of creating and putting out content, right? So, if you're looking at, creating more exposure, more organic exposure for the brand, these guys are definitely going to give these companies that exposure, right?
Yeah, of course, 100%. And with that exposure being, going hand in hand with generating more profits or generating more money for these companies, you could pretty much say it's almost like a win-win. It's pretty much a win-win situation, So you have Ray-Ban, wonderful designer company for glasses and stuff like that, for glasses. And then you've also got Facebook, a largely popular social media
Giant.
social media giant. So the two have come and collaborated, and now it's like Facebook has done themselves a favor in terms of making more money in the business and the marketplace standpoint. Meanwhile, Ray-Ban has issued that they've now got another pair of glasses which are also stylish but also very, very helpful in comparison to other pairs of glasses, which, well, I mean, to be honest, the general latter of glasses, what they do is, help you to be able to see better. But it seems like these glasses can help you with not just your sight, but they could help you to take pictures, take videos, help you to talk to people,
Right.
and most importantly, play music. Like it's I don't know. If that's not crazy to you, then I don't know what is.
I know, right? I know. And there's so much more we can talk about when you're talking about the privacy of how you're shooting, because you can basically walk into something and people that are not aware of it can be covered in, if it can be private documents and things like that as well, at meetings and things like that, right? To add to that, I think we should talk a little more about the unboxing as well. So Kings and I have actually gone through a couple of things, that have, the unboxing, your pictures and the breakdown of it. We'll be back after a quick break. Everyone, make sure you're tuned in, make sure you're locked in as well. This is The Buzz with DJ Kings and Tim. This show is sponsored by SEMA. Good afternoon.